Greetings and salutations, universe. This is Creeta, and this is apparently Lag Central. Aha! There we go. In the last episode, we set up our pulsating polymer clay automation. Ooh, it's nice. The thing that's not very nice is that we have our conduits showing in the wall. I feel naked. Oh, I don't mind this portion right here. I just don't. It shouldn't be in the wall, or it shouldn't be visible, right? We can see it when we climb the stairs to the second floor, which we haven't used yet. Stuff like that. It's terrible. It's not very good. We need to make it better. Ooh. Do I need to be worried about this? You know, let's just disconnect that to be on the safe side. Alright. Let's see. So, I want to get a painting machine set up. And then the other thing is that I don't like running around taking this polymer clay to where we need it. We should be able to set this up to be somewhat automatic, and it should be a good experience. This thing is doing great. We have an overflow of ender pearls and molten ender and nether quartz, all sorts of stuff. The only thing that we wait on is, I want to say, the chemical reactor? No? The alloy smelter. Fascinating. Huh. Okay. Well, we have an excess of it. We also set up a system down here in between episodes. The numismatic dynamos were over here. I moved them back here so that, from my understanding, the closer something is on a line, the more likely it is to be used. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I'm going with. And I've put in some excitation field limiters, which will prevent this from using RF if we don't need it. It does mean that we get less for each diamond, but maybe we can upgrade the dynamos as well. And then later we'll figure out a system to turn them off automatically, but that might not be this episode. And then this was a test bench for something else we are going to try. So let's jump in. I believe for me the first priority is going to probably be this painting machine. Shouldn't be too tricky. I just think that we haven't made any machine chassis yet. Oh, we should jump up over here. So let's give that a quick try. So here we go, some simple machine chassis, nice and easy. There we go. Then we need to toss it in an alloy smelter, and this guy will just cook it up for us, nice and easy peasy. Speaking of which, I really want to quickly check if we have anything in our machine wall here. This is just our backup machine. These are sort of semi-automatic ones. Once we have at least one of these cracked up and cooked up, we should be able to make a painting machine. Excellent. I'm going to save that recipe. I don't think we'll need the painting machine recipe. And then we just probably should make some capacitors, maybe even upgrade them a little bit so that we can have a better time at... I don't want to waste vacuum things, so we're going to go the slow method with just 2 of these. We're going to craft into the next form, which is energetic and coal dust. Lovely. That's carbon dust. Man, it always wants something super specific, doesn't it? Like, why can't it be something ultra simple? Like, we can use carbon dust, but, you know, coal dust is preferable or something of that nature. That's okay. This will allow us to make a double-layered RF capacitor, which is sort of just something that makes the painting machine run a little bit more efficiently. And then we need some conduits. I only have 4. Need more. That should be a good starting point with the conduit binders. What is it? Is it just a block of these things? Yes. Yes, indeed. Transparent. Huh. What do these things do? Hides the conduits when painted with a non-solid block. Interesting. So I might have to look into that at some juncture, but for right now, this should do nicely. Most of our conduits are in the wall, so it's a paper wall issue. And unfortunately, we don't really have power coming up out of here, but I guess we could also just put it near our polymer clay, since we have a power strip right here. beautiful. Make sure I don't want it touching with our item conduits, but let's see if we can figure this out. So capacitor goes there, it starts to build up energy. Very nice. We are running a little bit energy heavy at the moment, but that's okay. And now this should be operational. It even looks different now to the paper wall. I like that. I definitely appreciate. Let's pull some of these out and start just slapping them down. There we go. Fix that issue. Whoa. Fixed it, fixed it, fixed it, fixed it. Oh, this is making my brain happy, everyone. This is very excellent for Creeta. Alright. Now, we'll probably clean this up a little bit more over time, but for right now, that is a good starting point. Now it looks like we have our wall back. Not too sure about that dark oak up there, but that's okay. And then I imagine that there might be 1 or 2 more blocks here that we need to do, but no big deal. We'll figure that out later. Now, speaking of building, I wanted to try out these reach upgrades. It looks like they should allow us to do, well, I'd hope, like, actual reach. But from my understanding, this only influences our building capabilities. So we might as well just get all 3 and eat them. They have to be eaten in succession, so I can't eat 3 or 2, but I can eat 1, then 2, then 3. Haha. Hello, this is Creeta from the future. Effortless Building ended up being a little bit buggy for me. It's amazing. Do not get me wrong. Effortless Building is so cool. Look up a tutorial for it. It just didn't work out too well in this particular instance for me. But, not terribly. The next thing that I really want to get is our withered data model. Now, we could craft a nether star, which we will probably look into in the future, but I really just want to kill a wither. Alright? And what we can do is use some compressed obsidian and make some wither-proof reinforced obsidian. This stuff is going to be a lifesaver in terms of slaying this bad boy. We're still going to do it down in the depths so that we don't have any issues crop up. But, you know, it'll still be a good time. Definitely don't need it destroying our base and loading it back up. That would not be fun. So I'm just going to make a quick little spot that we can call and summon our wither, and things should be in good shape. I don't want it destroying anything around us, so a quick little build should be relatively simple. Though I do, I think the wither does enjoy being 4 blocks tall or something of that nature, so maybe we want to go 1 block taller. Yeah, that should be a little bit better. And yeah, let's try summon a wither. This strange looking cube should do us quite nicely to be able to place the necessary blocks. Though is a wither 2 and 1, or is it just 1 block? I'm embarrassed now. I can't remember that for anything. I think it's just 1. We'll try that and see if the wither gets summoned. 1, 2, 3. Aha! Wither. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, I made withering heights. Excellent. Now, thankfully, he will be trapped in that cage, assuming that I've built it properly. There's lots of different ways to do it, and we could have had him suffocate, but I want to be able to do it myself. So, if you will indulge me for a moment, ignore the loud screaming of a sad, soon-to-be-dead wither, who's going to give us our very first nether star. Along with, from my understanding, an absolutely useless item in the form of Fragment of Noon. Not sure what it does, and we're obviously going to get a wither boss trophy, and okay, that's very cool. Now, this is mostly for completion's sake. I don't believe we'll be using this for a moment, but the quest is on our screen, so we have it taken care of. Along with Snad. I really should do the vacuum and timer, but, you know, we're getting there. I just want to do a few quests. Ender pump and ender tanks. Well, I do want to do something with ender tanks. Do not require power, yada yada. Position it over lava and other things and the other backup in your base. So you'll have more lava than what we knew to do with, but deep mob learning has already taken care of our obsidian issues because we set up a little magma block, which we can get from Blaze, I believe. Blaze. So our little pristine blaze matter can be turned into magma blocks, and those guys can be melted down 1-to-1 even, and the lava just gets solidified. It's a beautiful system, and it has given us a reasonable amount of obsidian, which gave us that compressed stuff for the wither farm, or at least the wither killing chamber. Looks like wither bones will have to be a later device, but still an enjoyable little experience taking him down. The next thing is probably, so we did that. I want to look into the ender pickaxe, because from my understanding we can give this thing possible upgrades, micro anvil and empowered. We can give this thing the same empowerment and upgrades that our sword has. So instead of me teleporting around our base with a sword, I could do it with a pickaxe, and then I could stop using a hammer to occasionally break a machine, and then one day I'm going to forget and it's going to not go well. Do not use your mining hammer on GregTech machines unless you're holding shift, and then never forget. So that's why I want a pickaxe. The only issue is that end steel has to be made in an MV alloy smelter. So that might be the next machine we make. Should it really be a basic assembling machine that we use our circuits for? Yes. Am I gonna do that? No. We will be making an assembly machine soon, I promise. I just... There are certain things that an individual just has to prioritize for no good reason other than being absolutely ridiculous. Alright. Alloy smelter, conveyor, and I did make some new tools in the form of aluminum, and I thought I made an emerald one, but that's okay. Yoink, import, lovely, I love it, it's beautiful. I already have some endstone dust prepared, and we should have plenty of dark steel. Is it dark steel that we use for this process? Let's find out. Dark steel and endstone. This wasn't possible in an LV alloy smelter, even though we could use an LV alloy smelter to make plates and apparently blocks. We need the MV right here for end steel ingots. Is this absolutely ridiculous? Yes. But if we're going to make a pickaxe, why make a lower tier than what we have pretty much accessible? We could... Where's the dark pick? There we go. Right? Dark pick is great. It's lovely. Ender pick is better. We're nowhere close to a stellar pick, so I'm not going to deal with that. I don't think we can... That needs EV. Not happening. I can make MV right now, so that's what we'll do. Lovely. And then what was the... Did I make an infinity rod? Dark steel, some sticks, all sorts of good stuff. Yoink yoink. Infinity dust, some sticks. Should be pretty easy, right? Let's just toss those in here. Lickety split. And now we have our infinity rods. Go along with our ender pickaxe. Oh, I love to see it. Now we'll just quickly empower it. We already took some objects off, so I can take these off of this this sword if I like. But I like the sword for right now. What we're going to do is I already took some off of these swords, and we should be in good order or good shape to just toss this little fella in. And we have to give it the proper things at a time. There we go. Empowered, empowered 2, empowered 3, all of the upgrades we can. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. We probably should get an empowered 4 what's this one? Depth? I don't know what depth is. I definitely don't want explosive. I know that. Explosive is scary. Don't use explosive in your base. It's not a good idea. It's kind of in the name. Explosive. It's not a good idea. Do I need to reiterate that? And then this should get powered up nice and quick. There we go. Ender Pickaxe. Should probably enchant it. And the cool thing is that we now have a enchanter. This thing is amazing. We can make mending books. Are they necessary? No. Do they make me happy? Yes. Very happy. Let's see. The next thing... I like to order my enchantments properly. So efficiency should usually be the first one for me. At which point unbreaking. And then... silk touch. Right? This guy with this guy will make an unbreaking with efficiency and silk touch. Can toss that onto this fella, which is now efficiency 5, unbreaking 3, silk touch. But we need some levels, no big deal, just some of this matter will get us up to 32. Whew, I like it. There we go, efficiency 5, and now the mending book, and I don't know if there's more enchantments that we might want, but this thing will do nicely. We need a name for this. I'm gonna go with Space Boar. Why? Because we're boring, and it can also teleport us through stuff, and then Ender has to do with space. You know, Space Boar. Yeah, I like it. And now we can teleport around with our pickaxe, and also pick things up, such as like a machine, right? Yoink, how fast is it? That's pretty fast. That's very good. I like it. Oh, that's perfect. I probably shouldn't have done it on a machine that had other stuff on it. It'll work for now. We didn't even use all that stuff. Okay. With our sword upgraded, it only seems right that we upgrade our dynamos? Sure. Reinforced upgrade kit. Here we go. Yoink, 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 yoink. They now have a little bit of gold to them with their royal purple. And we can now put in some additional fuel catalyzers. And now each diamond will give us 2.2 million instead of 1.8. So that's a pretty good improvement. The only issue is we'll probably burn through a little bit faster. But these guys... Wait, is that 6,000? Ay, ay, ay. We're definitely going to need to improve our system over time. That is what the building... I'm going to be making a diamond production building over yonder. Pretty much just to focus on this. And then we can send our diamonds elsewhere so that we can have a numismatic dynamo on location rather than try and have like all of our power just down here in the basement. It doesn't... it's not working out. The next step is probably to upgrade our transfer of polymer clay. What we're going to opt for is some ender tanks. No, ender chests. Yeah, those. But not the vanilla type. The modded type. These are the best things in the world. I love ender chests so much, and I believe that the original version of the vanilla ender chest was inspired by these particular bad boys. Slightly modified, obviously, but still in good shape. The idea of an ender chest, as you're probably familiar, is that if you put an item in, you can pull it out from another one. The cool thing is that these are not player specific, and you can even change the color. So if I grab some awesome green, right, toss this on here, now this is green, green, green. If I put this in, and I check this white, white, white chest, it's not there. I can take some of this green, and if I paint this almost green, so now this is green, white, green, nope, not there either. Paint it right there. There is our cactus green. So we can have a very large number of chests that all are each dedicated to different purposes. I'm going to set a color for polymer clay, and then we'll be able to just have polymer clay going through our system, And then we can make a more dedicated production factory for polymer clay as we need more of it. For right now, I think this little system will do nicely. And the idea will be that we can take away this drawer, which we were using to import our polymer clay, but we were bringing it over manually. Just wrap it up with this fantastic packing tape. Love it. And we can place down an ender chest like so. And, ooh, can I reach that? There we go. I'm going to go with cyan on 2 sides and light blue in the middle, because that's kind of what pulsating polymer clay looks like. And there you can see it already flowing into the chest wirelessly. Obviously we'll take our polymer clay right here and toss it back into our system. That way we're not just getting rid of a whole bunch of it. Like so, and I'll move that over myself. But there we go. Polymer clay in an ender chest format. And we can always have multiple connections. So if I really wanted one of these to be running continuously, I could just put an ender chest on top of this hopper, and this Blaze data model will just run pretty much forever. For right now, probably not going to do that, but I might just place one anyway, and that will be a good way for me to turn on these intermediate, like whenever I need to, because I was bringing them over, as you can see right here. Here, toss some of that in there. Yeah, okay. Oh, what do we want to make right now? Let's do some slime and, oh, I don't know. Yeah, sure. This elemental thing and some spiders. Beautiful. Oh, this is great. This ender chest is going to be very useful, and hopefully Brim doesn't steal from it. Naughty Brim. Naughty. I haven't seen Brim in a while. I hope he comes back. He's been very busy. Okay, we'll make a basic assembling machine. It's probably super important, and it's going to be amazing. I even have some tin getting prepared here for a future thing. I believe we can make electronic circuits this way. But before we can do that, we need to get phenol. And it looks like phenol comes from quite a few things, but the primary way we get it is from a pyrolise. I always called this a pyrocluse. Anyway, a fancy multi-block oven. And we're probably going to have to save that for the next episode. But this thing does seem totally awesome. How do we make it? Okay, so we need tier 2 circuits, so we have those. Cool. Yeah. I think we're going to see if we can do anything with the assembling machine in the next episode. Just keep in mind that the recipes for this are very vast. 649 recipes. If we want, for example, we can now make cheaper vacuum tubes. So this is 2 and 2 instead of what used to be we needed... Oh, and a glass tube. We would need... That's hardly a discount at all. Really? 2 and 2, so we're saving 1 fine copper wire. That's very silly. But yeah, you can get discounts on things, and you can also not necessarily need the wrench to make your hulls, the machine casings. There we go. This can now be done in assembler if we wish, and that's probably the best way to automate it. So the assembling machine is sort of our foray into the automation world. It will be quite fantastic moving forward. I want to take care of this entire page really before we move on to the next one, but it looks like we have kind of poked our toes into this area for now. Okay, make lots of blast furnaces. I don't know why I clicked on that. Let's take a look at this. Gating progression through the circuits. Each time you upgrade to the new voltage of assembly machines, you'll be able to craft more advanced themes of circuits. What this is trying to say is that this circuit, for example, can be used for basic machines, right? We can see the electronic, a refined, and our primitive All three of these are different types and they require different technologies to make it. And arguably, the electronic circuit is a lot nicer to make than the primitive circuit. And especially this electronic processor, which takes 3 electronic circuits, this is even nicer because we're not having to make this ludicrous primitive circuit processor that we've been making so far. So I'm looking forward to it. It should be quite fantastic. Unfortunately, that will probably have to do for this episode. We did a whole bunch of little upgrades, and we even teased the assembling machine, which we'll try and make work in the next episode. We might even need a few of them to really get going. In between episodes, I will probably, like I said, make a small diamond factory using techniques that we already have. We just need more of it moving into the future. I hope you've enjoyed. This has been Creeta, playing Omnifactory. Bye-bye!